Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, August 12th, 2013. This is what's on tap for today, the Treasury budget. And if you're wondering what that is, here it is. Basically, each month they report whether there was a deficit or a surplus. And this year there was actually 3 months so far with a surplus. They don't expect one for this month. There was a tiny one in January, and April and June were rather significant surpluses. But this is what it is. I don't know that it really matters because everybody's just kind of, their consensus is 96 billion deficit, and the prior month was 116 billion. So, I think prior for 2012. It was 116. Let's take a look here. What are we talking about? Is this for June? June was notable improvements, so this would be July, and July is here, and that's where it was last year. No, I don't know what this 116 is, if it's a previous month or what. June? No. Oh yeah, previous was a positive 116 billion. That's what it is. Sorry about that. Trying to figure this out on the fly here. I don't look at this very much, but in case you were wondering what that was, that is what it is. Alright, the big day, of course, is Thursday, the day before expiration. A lot of stuff going on that day. Lots of red and yellow stars. Should be fun. Let's take a look at Asian market. Asian market looked pretty good. They finished the day relatively strong in some locations, and some were firm, I guess you could say, on the positive side. Over in Europe, not so good. We're down pretty significantly, 0.5%, as we always say is our bogey. And it looks like a pretty strong move over in Europe. Alright, how about here? Well, we have what's looking like a pretty strong opening to the downside, and I don't like what I'm seeing here on this Russell, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Gold is up above 1300, pretty solid, and oil is above 105, pretty solid. Don't like this one, but I don't have to drive anywhere for a while. I don't anticipate a lot of driving for a while, so right now I'm okay with that. But these numbers here kind of bother me a tad bit. Alright, we're going to take a look at our account here. And I'm moving quickly because this is like take two. The first one that I did, I hit the pause and I forgot to turn it back on. And, well, anyway. I was talking and not recording, so I had to start over again because I had no idea where I left off. Alright. Gold is doing well. This is a iron condor, and it's doing pretty good. Check that chart out. Here it is, and our iron condor, these are our short strikes, and it's looking good. We have expiration this Friday. We should, for a change, expire with a profit. In LinkedIn, we're pretty much at max loss on that one, and I don't think that there's any hope for that to come back. I started doing the what is called the SPY 10 a.m. weekly strategy that I came out with about a year ago. And if you want to look at those videos, they are over here on YouTube. Just do, if you do, go to YouTube and just do a SPY 10 a.m. And what we'll come up with is these two videos, part 1 and part 2. This one's an hour. I must do a lot of rambling, and this one is only 6 minutes or so. and I think that I may redo those. I'm not exactly sure. Put them into one. I think I was probably a little bit too chatty in the past, but I started doing it again. And if we look at the chart, I'll look at SPY. So it's basically I used to start on a Friday, but now I can start on a Thursday, and I use person pivots, or PPS, which is a proprietary indicator to Thinkorswim. Show the study here, and this down arrow, if I come into Thursday and I look at 10 a.m. and I have a down arrow and we're in a down arrow situation, that I would just automatically do a bear call at about a 20, between 18 I think and 25 delta. So I did do that on Thursday, and that one's playing out well right now. So that would be something that I have an alert on my calendar program to let me know every Thursday at 10 o'clock to go and take a look and see what kind of trade we're going to put on. TLT is doing very well. Don't have a problem with that one. And Visa, I'm probably going to be exiting. So the daily credit spread on IWM burned me this weekend when I got assigned on two of them. So you can't, this is a case where using Think Back, which is this area here on Thinkorswim, doesn't really work out in reality, which is why, if you want to test something using Think Back, say, yeah, okay, that works pretty cool. Let me do it sort of for real, and, well, don't do it in a live account like I did. Do it in your paper money account. But I'm not sure you would even see that you were assigned on any these are a couple of calls that expired in the money, and I got assigned them. So, or they'll know they were puts. I'm sorry, puts that were in the money, and I got put the stock. So now I got to get rid of it today, and that's why I said this TF here. Not liking that. We're looking at open at maybe 103.65 for the IWM, so that means even more of a hit, but I'm getting out. I don't like the way the market's moving right now. And that pretty much covers everything that I am currently in. Okay, so there's a couple, I need to get rid of that. And LinkedIn, Spiders, TLT, and B. Yeah, okay. That's pretty much everything that I have. Okay, silver. I just want to mention about silver. Good time to buy silver, I do believe. It's making a move up. The chart on that one looks a lot, or exactly like this. I still have the person pivot on there, and he says, get to it, get on it. Now this is a lagging indicator. I just want you to note that. It's a lagging indicator, as most indicators are. As a matter of fact, practically all of them are lagging. So you may not even see this up arrow until the next day. But during the day, it could appear and disappear, depending. It uses data from the future, so it has to wait for that future data to get there. Alright, I think that's it. We're going to jump right over to the A+ list. Try to finish a little bit early today for you folks. Get you on your way. This is expiration week, so it should be fun. I want to let you know that Priceline trade worked out real well. I made a video about it. If you want to take a peek at it, you can. I'm going to turn this off so it's not in there driving us crazy. Alright, so I'm going to get into Apple here with a bear call, or bull put. sorry, and waiting for the confirmation. So confirmation alert didn't happen. So no longer valid, folks. But this here is still relatively valid. You never know. Apple announced that they're going to come out with a new iPhone. What else can you do to an iPhone? I mean, what else can you cram into that little thing? I don't know. I don't know what I can't think of it. I guess my imagination is not as good as it used to be. I think it has something to do with age. But anyway, back here, we have a lot of non-confirmation of a possible bull put coming in here. So we have momentum heading down. We have momentum heading down on the weekly. It's just not looking real good right now. Amazon. We're looking for pretty much the same thing here. Now that's interesting. Friday, I believe, was a down day, and Amazon showed a little bit of life. Will it continue? I don't know. Looking at the overall market, and we're getting a little bit of confirmation that it could possibly be moving up. So I am going to put an alert in here, but it's got to get above this open. So we'll put the alert in here, and we'll see what happens there. Moving right along. BIDU looking pretty strong. Looking very strong. So let's slap an alert on that. We have confirmation here, non-confirmation there, confirmation here, non-confirmation there, confirmation there. So we have the moving average still continuing up, but the short-term MACD is down on the weekly, and the moving average is down on the daily on the MACD, but the short-term is moving up. Confirmation here. So it's kind of 50-50 on the confirmation part of it. Celgene. It's having a little bit of a struggle here. I'm going to take a pass on this. I'll leave the target in here, but I don't see, from the price action here, I'm not seeing much on the confirmation side, and pretty much the same way actually that BIDU looked, with a 50-50 on the confirmation side of it. CF is looking pretty weak here, and this might be enough of a hook here to jump in on this. So where do I want an alert? I want an alert below this low here over the last couple of days, before these closes, I should say, on the roughly hourly chart. So I'll stick an alert in there, and not like as though we are actually going to get into any of these, but it's just keeping an eye on them. Chipotle. Chipotle is looking pretty weak right now. I'm going to continue to watch. I need a little bit more of a confirmation. This is negative confirmation, negative confirmation, negative confirmation. So not liking that one at this time. We'll skip gold because we have our iron condor on there. And Google, what do we got going here? Wow, it closed right where it opened practically. That's interesting. Failed. It's failing. So it's failing all over the place. I would say Google is definitely looking like it's moving down, but it's not according to our entry rules. But I would say, let's take a look here. It's not contrary to rules. It's just kind of a back trades. I don't want to look at back trades. Oh, we're over here. I don't want to look at that. Okay. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. What are we looking at here? We could go 905 or 900 for the week. That's all we have to do is be in this thing for a week. If we look at 905, that's 92 cents. That's definitely a trade that I would be interested in doing. Even if it ends up, by the time I can look at it, even if it ends up at 80 cents, it still would be a good trade. So I'm putting an alert in here. And I want to make it last. And there is an alert in there on Google. And it's, it's a little bit against the rules, a tad, you might say. Maybe it's a late entry on here, but you can see that the moving average is about to turn red here. Let me amplify that a little bit. Yeah. If this price moves down, the moving average is going to turn red. It's pretty flat right now, but it looks like as though it's going to be heading down. We have momentum leaving. We just have a lot of indicators showing that it might be ripe for a down move. So that's where I'm looking at for that Google. I might do one or two contracts or lots. Okay, Goldman. Alright, looks like we're starting a downtrend. And I could have stayed in this thing. I don't even want to look at that anymore. That one hurt. Okay, down, 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 down. Yes, Goldman as well. Had a rule breaker back here. Goldman as well is looking pretty weak and looking like it's going to be heading into a new downtrend. So there's a possibility of a trade here. And I'm going to put an alert in. On Goldman. I need to move this down just a tad more. There. Alright, so we have Goldman. And I'm feeling much better about these bearish alerts than I am about the bullish alerts. LinkedIn. We're in an iron condor there. Ouch. Let's take a look at the chart anyway. No entries for any sort of directional trade. MasterCard. Also looking weak, but I just don't want to load up on too many alerts for today. I already have 6 alerts, so I really don't want any more than that. I'm going to live with what I have. We'll take a look at Tesla. Just because of their earnings, they're still hanging in up here. Anybody wants to buy a $150,000 electric car, only the elites can do that. So I'm very happy for them. Very happy. Okay, so that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.